It's a fixer-upper. Let's crack on. Hello and welcome to another MrBetaByte video, and this one's a little bit different insofar as we're back on the Sony SL-C9, and you'll remember we got the signal side of it working and colour issues, but we then had an eject issue, and it just wouldn't do it. So let's apply some power and just look at what it isn't doing. So power's on. Let's actually turn it on and try and eject. And it is trying, because the tape's gone tight to sort of pull it back into the shell, but we've got no motor movement at all. Now if I just go the right way, just unlace it slightly, and then you can see we've got the blinking eject. So it just laces back up. So it does know sort of what's going on, but I think there might be a slight timing issue, because I think that switch there needs to be further open. So it could be that it just needs a slight adjustment, or we do actually have a timing issue. I can't really see we do, actually, because this is laced tight right up to the end. We know it plays fine, but this relies on the pattern of the loading, the lacing ring. So the lacing ring has sort of bits that go in and out then to actuate the switch, and yeah, it's just not happening. So let's have a look at I've got a scrap deck here. Don't worry, I'm not going to try and build a C9 from loads of scrap, although I was very tempted, but unfortunately I sort of scrapped all the decks because I didn't have space for them. It was sort of a bit of a plan that I was going to actually build a C9 from scrap. Yeah, that would have been quite cool, actually, but anyway, that's not going to happen now. So yeah, let's just see how the continuity of this Microswitch actually does sort of work as the tape is laced. Let's crack on. So let's check the continuity of this Microswitch here as it laces and unlaces, and just see what it should be doing, because I believe this deck is good, whereas this one obviously isn't anymore. Let's crack on. So we've got a few switches, and they all come back to this backboard here. So for example, the cassette down is this one here, and the one we're after is this one here. So there's the red one, would normally go on these two here. Only red connector. So they are very, very good with making connectors unique for each part or panel. So that's really cool. And that actually runs under the deck, under here, and to the switch here. Now this switch is actually adjustable, and yeah, you can sort of change the way it acts by loosening off the screw and just moving it to or fro, so backwards or forwards, to adjust how the switch works. So yeah, let's have a look and just see where the switch comes on and where the switch goes off. relative to how the lacing ring actually laces. So I've hit the meter up, and yeah, it's got the beep for it's on continuity. So if I fully unlace it and then start lacing, and you get a brief click, it is actually a bit noisy, then laces up. I remember back in the day thinking these were never going to last, and they've actually lasted quite well. I've had problems with sometimes the screws, or one of the screws that mounted into the lacing ring itself. Lacing ring will crack. So, yeah. And then you have to do some magic, which I have shown on another video, to be honest. So, right to the end. And yeah, that switch is not the best. So that should be short at fully laced. So yeah, and then unlace it. So you've got the initial, tells it it's near the end. It's quite noisy. And then we're at the end. And yeah, we do actually have the meter's actually showing 35 ohms. It's probably still fine. But it's just not, that switch is not great. So yeah, interesting. So let's check the RC9. Okay, so power's off. I should just be able to put these straight into the top. Fine enough probes. Maybe I might get away with it. It's a bit congested because obviously the pins are there as well, but we'll see. So I'm going to unlace this. Not great for the tape, but yeah, we've actually got nothing. So it's, I'm amazed that's working. Oh, there we go. So it is working, but it's just not working very well. Okay, so what does it do right at the end? Yeah, you see, it's just not. It's not shorting at the end, and the other Microswitch here. So you can see you've got that Microswitch there. That's fine. So this is either out of alignment or it's totally fried. Now there is actually a modern equivalent. I seem to remember I need to trim down the actual actuator a little bit to make it fit, and the pins are too long, so I have to trim those down as well. But this is a direct replacement. Now I will try and put a link to these in the description, but I bought these quite a few years ago. It's probably about 6 or 7 years ago, and I bought a load of them from Farnell, and yeah, they do the trick, but do they still make them? So I'll have a look, see if I can find them, and if I can, I'll put the link to them in the description. There probably will be ones on like AliExpress or whatever that will probably do the trick as well, but these are good. These are really good quality, and I've used them and fully trust them. So yeah, let's crack on. So I've loosened off the screw, the black screw there, and I can now move this back so it makes contact. The switch does sound a little bit ropey, but it's actually not too bad. So let's tighten that up and just see what happens, to see if it can actually eject now. Yeah, let's just push a bit of tape down. This tape's getting quite wrecked now, but it's sort of, this tape is sort of for this machine now. It's the cartoons tape, so the one that I can't show anything from because I get copyright struck. But yeah, okay, let's put that in so it's not floating about. Let's power it up and see what happens. So power on. Still nothing. Okay, so let's unlace it. Okay, that's doing something. But I've still got no motor drive. So at least it's trying. So that's good, I think. Yeah, I might have to readjust that as we go along. But yeah, we've got something else going on, which is what I feared, to be honest. Yeah, it's not good. So my feeling is it's probably going to be the SS11 board. Something on that has gone wrong. That is not original to this machine, so that'll be interesting if that has gone wrong. But that is not, I mean, there's no drive there at all. Okay, can I keep, I mean, it's not trying to lace anymore. It'd be quite nice to get the tape out, actually. It would make life a bit easier, maybe. Well, I can put the blank grease is the word. No. Yeah, so it's trying to lace. Let's just keep on lacing it. Oh, that's interesting. It's oh, there we go. That's what I would expect because it's unlaced. So that switch seems okay, and just adjusting it back will help. But we've obviously got something wrong there with the lacing. So yeah, let's investigate that, and yeah, let's crack on. For whatever reason, I didn't record the actual diagnosis. So here we go. Basically, I assumed that probably one of these transistors was going to be open circuit, and I tested them absolutely fine, but there was no voltage. When I pressed eject, there was no voltage on pin 15 of IC611. Now IC611 is this Toshiba TC4013BP, and on the input on pin 14 there was a voltage. So basically IC611 is faulty. So yeah, very interesting that we've got another Toshiba logic chip that's failed. So yeah, let's crack on. You remember with the RC9 we found the fault, which was this chip here, and it's IC07, and I said, well, I nicked it from my good board to get it going, and I'd said I'd ordered 2 more, so here they are. I'm not going to test the board. I'm just going to fit the chip, and yeah, hopefully this will be a reliable board, and I'll put a note on it to say that this has been done. So more than likely the legs will be set too wide, so I just push them in slightly on the PCB just by putting the legs on the board and tipping the IC slightly, and that should go in. Should really be using some sort of anti-static drain, but anyway, I haven't got an electrifying personality, so it'll be fine. So let's get this soldered in. Okay, so check it's all good. Yeah, that's nice and tidy. I've actually done a fairly good job of not making it too fluxy, but you know, it always tickles me when people use flux remover or isopropyl to clean these up, and it makes the varnish sticky. I mean, I've done it, but I just don't do it now. If I do get it a bit fluxy, I just gently just scrape off the excess. But I won't use chemicals on these now because it just makes the varnish horrible. So, and probably create more problems than you solve. But yes, so there we go. Complete board again. All good to go. Obviously we've got a brand new chip up here as well, because I nicked the chip for the other board. I sort of wonder if that chip was actually bad, but it tested bad. So yeah, we'll go for that. But yeah, there we go. So like a few days on, and we have, as if by magic, and the magic of eBay, 2 TC, what are they, 49 BPs, £4, £3.99, including postage and packing for 2. So yeah, that's really cool. So I now have to try and extract this, which of course is a little bit more tricky because this is an early double-sided printed circuit board. But yeah, let's whip it out and change it over, see if that does the trick. Let's crack on. Chip is changed, and not a bad soldering job, quite fluxy. Of course, you can't really use isopropyl or anything else. Most flux removers actually make the varnish sticky on these, so it's just a case of like scraping it off, which I will do in the fullness of time, tidy it up. But let's give it a try. This will be interesting. Let's crack on. So let's power it on and on. Right, okay, so that's an improvement. It's because I adjusted that switch. It's not properly ejecting, so let's just adjust that back. Okay, so let's try again. Magic! So what's that chip? Fantastic. So the RC9 has made it through another trial and tribulation. I'm really just very pleased to have got that sorted. And yeah, really odd fault. It's another logic array, Toshiba chip. So the AV issues, that was a Toshiba logic chip, and then we have another one on the SS11 panel. So I'm probably just going to do this for the next hour, just because why not? See if it's going to blow again. Anyway, machine will get some more use, and we'll see what else pops on it, and we will revisit it in another video, no doubt. I'm sure it's going to be pretty unreliable, this machine, just because of how it's been used, how it's been stored, how wet it's been, how rotten bits of it are. But it's fun to sort of just go in depth on the faults and try and sort them out. So yeah, with that, thank you very much for watching. A like and subscribe would be fantastic as well, and hopefully I shall see you in another video. Bye for now.